Hello everyone, happy afternoon, a very good afternoon. I hope I'm audible and visible now. Was facing some glitch, but I hope it is resolved. Good afternoon, a very good afternoon. I hope I'm audible and visible now. Was facing Yes, finally. Okay, thank you so much. So today we are going to discuss the topic of mosquito. एक मच्छर जो हमको एग्जाम पास करवा सकता है. So that is what we are going to talk about. Very very important topic. There are many things that we need to learn about this. Okay, so I'll quickly run you through the table and the mnemonics. Then we will revise with some MCQs and with flashcards as well. And before I forget to tell you, before I forget to tell you about the new batches that are starting, let me tell you about that. The Plus and Iconic, all of you know, Iconic is an academy with Prep Ladder. And then you have a lot of special class features as well. Special classes are the free live classes on the platform. So I generally take the free live classes at 5 p.m. Right, so today we have a free live class at 5:30 p.m. instead of 5 p.m. and it's gonna be a dual educator session where myself and Dr. Punit Bhojani sir will have an integrated OBGY radiology session. Very very important and very high yield. It's gonna be on the Unacademy app. Whenever you are enrolling, you can use the code Dr. Nikita Live. And then you have the updated question bank as well. Please make the best of it. And raise a hand feature is there for the Plus and Iconic subscribers. They can use it to talk to the educator directly during the live class. And these are the new batches I was talking about. The NEET PG 2022 batch 20th October tomorrow, and for the final year MBBS students clinical case discussions and the instruments batch that is also going to start on 20th of October. And whenever you are subscribing to the platform, you can use my code Dr. Nikita Live. Alright. So let's start with this one of the PYQ. Can you tell me what is the answer to this? Culex mosquito is a vector for which of the following? That's great. So majority of you are getting this right. The answer is Japanese encephalitis. The trick to remember that, no offense to anyone, but remember that Japanese people, Japanese people keep talking a lot. They do a lot of kal 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 kal. So that is how we remember this कि बहुत kal kal करते हैं. And by doing a lot of chattering and blabbering kal kal, they create a lot of nuisance. So which mosquito is called as a nuisance mosquito? It is your Culex mosquito, right? It is your Culex mosquito. Can you tell me the breeding place for Culex mosquito? Is it clean water? Is it dirty water? It is artificial collection of water? Is it aquatic vegetations? Where does the Culex mosquito grow? Absolutely right, Sushmita. It is dirty water, right? It is dirty water. So remember, it is a nuisance mosquito. It grows in the nuisance. It creates the nuisance. Kal kal Culex, Japanese encephalitis. Okay, that is Japanese encephalitis. Next question, not transmitted by Aedes mosquito. So this is very very important and a frequently asked question. Aedes mosquito disease is transmitted, and you get the image also as well on that. Not transmitted by Aedes mosquito. Absolutely right. So majority, almost all of you have got this right. The correct answer is Bancroftian filariasis. Bancroftian filariasis is transmitted by, is it Mansonia, is it Culex, is it Anopheles if it is not Aedes? Remember Bancroftian C wala, it is by Culex mosquito. For Aedes mosquito, the disease is transmitted by Aedes. The trick to remember is write Aedes as A-Y-D-E-C or A-Y-D-E-Z. That is how you read Aedes as Aedes. So Aedes transmits your Y for yellow fever, D for dengue fever, C for chikungunya, and Z for Zika virus. Okay, at least these are the ones that you should be knowing for Aedes. So remember, it is Aedes, AIDS, C or Z, you can write it as. Okay, so Zika virus, chikungunya, dengue, yellow fever, all of these is by the Aedes. Now let's go to this table and quickly revise this important points, and then we will see the flashcards as well. Or let's do one thing. Let us first go to the flashcards and then we'll come back to the summary table. Okay. All right. Tell me which one is called as sophisticated mosquito, which is a tiger mosquito, and which is a nuisance mosquito. Which is sophisticated mosquito? Yes. Sophisticated mosquito is Anopheles. Okay, remember Anopheles is very sophisticated. Tiger mosquito is your Aedes mosquito, and nuisance mosquito is your Culex. Right now we saw Culex, kal karne wala, nuisance create karne wala. It grows in nuisance, that is dirty water, Japanese encephalitis, right? Japanese encephalitis. I hope I'm audible and visible. The stream got ended abruptly. Please go back to the link and join back again if it is stuck. The rest of you who are here, I hope I'm audible and visible. So remember, sophisticated mosquito. Please join back. Please join back. Yeah. Yes, Dr. Preeti, I hope the buzzy noise is also gone. Yes, Dia, I'll come to your query later on. First, after we discuss this topic, I'll come to your query on how to plan your day. So remember, Anopheles is like sophisticated mosquito, like, American. So American is your Anopheles mosquito. Aedes is your tiger mosquito. And then you have Culex, which is nuisance mosquito. Now, which of these is a day biter? Which of these is a day biter? Remember, if you go to a jungle and tiger, even if you go in the daytime, the tiger can bite you. So remember, tiger is not afraid of biting any time. So remember, it is a day biter. Okay, the day biter is Aedes mosquito. After that, which one has the minimum flight range? Which one has the minimum flight range? A mosquito which is very aidy, हिंदी में जो हम बोलते हैं बहुत ही aidy है, मतलब जिसको बहुत ज्यादा भागना नहीं होता है, एक जगह पे बैठना होता है, बहुत ही aidy mosquito is your Aedes mosquito. So remember, Aedes is aidy. It has minimum flight range which is 100 meters only, while the rest is 11 kilometers. So Aedes is aidy. It does not run or fly much. Okay, so it is very aidy. उसके बाद eggs laid singly. Out of the 4 mosquitoes, Anopheles, Aedes, Culex and Mansonia, with which ones the eggs are laid singly? Remember, single, the first alphabet, single alphabet, the first alphabet, that is A and A. So it is Anopheles and Aedes. Remember, eggs are laid single with AA, that is Anopheles and Aedes, that is the first alphabet. So both the Anopheles and Aedes. But the difference is, how are the eggs of Anopheles? Which one has boat-shaped eggs with lateral floats? Remember, floats, lateral floats, floats is Phyllis. Okay, that is seen with Anopheles. Anopheles has floats. Okay, so remember, boat-shaped eggs with lateral floats, floats are seen with Anopheles. That is how you can remember. Anopheles has floats. Okay, Anopheles has floats. Next one, no siphon tube in the larval stage. So we saw about the features of the eggs. Tell me about the larval stage. Which mosquito does not have the siphon tube? Anopheles. Absolutely right. So remember, no, Anopheles has no siphon tube. Okay, Anopheles has no siphon tube, but it is siphon ka, it is sophisticated. Okay, no siphon tube but sophisticated like American, that is Anopheles. And larva lies parallel to under surface of water. So if this is the water, the larva lies parallel to it is Anopheles, Aedes, Culex or Mansonia. Larva lies parallel to under surface of water. This again is Anopheles. So remember, for Anopheles, when it is young in the larval stage, it is parallel to the surface. When it becomes the adult stage, then it becomes angled. Okay, it left at an angle. The head is below, the rest of the body is up. So remember that angled, angled is Anopheles. It will help you to identify the image. We'll see the images also. So remember that Anopheles, when it is young, it's like a young child, a small child. When a child is young, Sida Sada. As you grow adult, or we all become very tedas, right? So we get at an angle. So remember, जब छोटा है तो सीधा है, जब adult है तो angled है. So the one which is angled, teda in the adulthood, that is simple in the childhood. I'm sure many of us would have been like that, very simple and straight in the childhood, but then we have become crooked, angled, teda in the adulthood, right? So that's like Anopheles. Okay, that is like Anopheles. Next one, spotted wings. What has spotted wings? Which one has spotted wings? We are talking about only the wings, not the rest of the body. We are not talking about the striped or the striated pattern. Yes, that is Anopheles again. So remember, Anopheles becomes teda at an angle, and as it is growing old, it is getting a lot of spots, a lot of dhabbas. So from becoming Sida to teda, so many incidents that it has a lot of spots, which creates a spots. Okay. So remember, spotted wings are seen with Anopheles. The wings are spotted. But if the question is which one has a striped or a stripped or a striated body? Striped or stripped or striated body. That is Aedes, which is like a tiger, right? Aedes is like a tiger. Remember, the tiger has the strips. So like a tiger, Aedes has the strips. Okay, Aedes has the strips, striated pattern that is seen with Aedes. Very, very important feature to help us identify that. Next one, day biter. A tiger can bite even in the day, right? So the tiger mosquito, which is the Aedes mosquito, which has a striped body, that is a day biter. Okay, remember, it's a day biter. Even though it has minimum flight range, which is just 100 meters, but it can bite even in the day. Okay, so we need to be careful of Aedes. Coming to the breeding places. Coming to the breeding areas, which grows in the clean water, artificial collection of water, and dirty and polluted water. Yes, of course, Likhita, this is useful for NEET PG as well. As I've told you that these NF100 episodes, if this is the syllabus for NEET PG or INICT, the NF100 is in the center of that. It's important for all the exams. Yes, Shariba, this will be available later. Don't worry. Yes, so we said that clean water, like someone who's very sophisticated would like to grow in clean water, that is your Anopheles. Okay, that is your Anopheles. So sophisticated, no siphon tube, clean water, Anopheles. Artificial collection of water. Artificial collection of water, A for A, that one is Aedes. Dirty and polluted water, creating a nuisance and growing in nuisance. The nuisance mosquito, that is your Culex mosquito. Okay, that is the Culex mosquito. PDF I'll share on the Telegram group after this session. Okay, on my group, Dr. Nikita's Rad Synapse. Okay, and then what is the breeding place for Mansonia? Remember, for Mansonia, it is your aquatic vegetations. Okay, it is your aquatic vegetations, that is Mansonia. So man creates this aquatic vegetations. Mansonia is your aquatic vegetations. Remember, S for it has star shaped clusters में eggs आएंगे, star shaped. Okay. So this is what we have seen already. Now coming to the most important point, the diseases transmitted. Anopheles, Aedes and Culex. Anopheles, we all know, transmits malaria, the female Anopheles mosquito. Okay, the female Anopheles mosquito. Aedes, we discussed the trick to remember Aedes is either write it as AYDEC or AYDEZ. So you have yellow fever, you have dengue, you have chikungunya and Zika. Okay, so AYDEC or AYDEZ, always write Aedes like this. This is very, very important. It will help you the diseases transmitted by Aedes. Then you have Culex, Japanese, creating a lot of kalkal. Japanese encephalitis. Where do Japanese stay? At the bank of the West Nile River. And Culex is C, that is Bancroftian filariasis. The other one that you have, the Bruggian filariasis or the Malayan filariasis, that is by Mansonia. Okay, that is by Mansonia. Bancroftian, C is for Culex. Okay, C is for Culex. Now coming to the images, identify the image A, image B and the image C. Image A, image B and the image C. What mosquitoes are these? So image based questions, very, very important. They'll give you the image and they'll ask you which disease is transmitted, not transmitted by this mosquito. Yes. So the first one which you see, which is lying at an angle to the surface, that is the angled wala mosquito. Angled is Anopheles. Okay, angled is Anopheles. It has the spotted wings while growing into adulthood, becoming teda, a lot of spots, that is Anopheles. The one which you see which has the striped pattern like a tiger, so this is a tiger mosquito, the striped pattern. Aedes is tiger mosquito, right? Aedes is tiger mosquito. So that other one which you have, which you see is lying horizontal with a hunchback. There is no striped pattern, there is no spotted wings. This becomes your Culex mosquito. Okay, this becomes your Culex mosquito. So remember Anopheles, Aedes and Culex. Now let us go back to that table where we have the summary of whatever mnemonics we have seen so far. Okay. So look at this one. I am highlighting the important features. X, laid single X, AA wala, Anopheles and Aedes. Mansonia is your star-shaped clusters. Okay. Larval stage, no siphon tube. Anopheles has no siphon but it is sophisticated. When it is a young, like a child, parallel to the undersurface, सीधा है. जब adult है तो टेढ़ा है. So in the Anopheles mosquitoes, they tend to sit with their heads low and the rear ends raised high, that is at an angle. The rest of them have the siphon tube and in the larval stage, the head is faced downwards. Spotted wings, as the Anopheles is becoming teda, it gets a lot of spots, so it has the wings spotted. Rest of them have unspotted wings, but you have striped body like a tiger. Tiger is Aedes, day biter, that is Aedes. Breeding, Anopheles is sophisticated, it is your clean water. Culex, nuisance, dirty and polluted water. Aedes, artificial. Mansonia, water bodies containing aquatic vegetation. Anopheles, malaria. Culex, kalkal, Japanese encephalitis, West Nile and Bancroftian filariasis. Aedes, A, Y, D, C and Z. So you have yellow fever, dengue, chikungunya and Zika virus, and Mansonia is your Malayan or it is Bruggian filariasis. Okay, Mala, M for M, Malayan filariasis is Mansonia. Culex is your nuisance mosquito, Japanese nuisance, dirty polluted water nuisance that helps you to integrate, and they lie horizontal while feeding. Aedes is your tiger mosquito, it has the stripes and they are day biters. Okay, and they are day biters. And Mansonia, you need to remember star-shaped clusters, aquatic vegetation, and the Malayan filariasis. Okay, and the Malayan filariasis. So that was about the quick review of the important topic, that is mosquito. You definitely get a question on this, the diseases transmitted by the various types of mosquito, Aedes, Culex, along with the images, identifying the images, very important, Anopheles, Culex and Aedes. This is important for all the exams. Okay, please remember the tricks that we have discussed. Single X is AA, Aedes, Anopheles. Anopheles is angled nosiform tube. It is sophisticated, spotted wings. Aedes is a tiger mosquito, Aedes minimum flight range, day biter, tiger can bite in the day. It causes the diseases yellow fever, dengue and chikungunya, Zika. And Culex is your Kalkal, Japanese, dirty polluted water. That is your Culex. Okay, that is your Culex. So that was a quick revision of this topic. I hope this helps you remember the important topic. Please keep revising it, because I definitely feel that you'll get one question out of this. Okay, so thank you so much everyone for joining in. I'll see you at 5:30 p.m. today on the app for the dual educator integrated session of OBGY and radiology with myself and Dr. Puneet Bhojani sir. So we will have it as an integrated session, inputs from both the educators. Okay, so there are going to be many sessions Syed in the coming days. There are going to be a lot of sessions. Stay connected on the Telegram group, Dr. Nikita's Rad Synapse. I keep you posted there. Okay, thank you, goodbye, and keep studying, keep revising and keep